Hi, this is Mike from Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To, and today we're going to take a quick look and unbox the Riotoro Builder's Edition 600 watt power supply. Keep watching to find out more. Okay, so this is another power supply from Riotoro. Now, I bought one of these previously, the modular Onyx version, and I'm doing an upgrade on one of the other PCs in the house, and I wanted something which was going to be cheap, cheerful, but had nice looking cables and also plenty of connections. So this one fits the bill. Also, it's a 600 watt unit, so it's got a little bit more power, so should I want to upgrade the PC further in the future, it's got the connectors and also the horsepower to do it. So let's have a look at some of the features of this thing. Okay, so the first notable feature, obviously 600 watts for a bargain price. Now the price in the UK is around about £40, in the US slightly more due to the exchange rate, etc. But still a really good price for a 600 watt power supply, especially with the nice cabling it's got, which we'll get onto later, which actually is another feature. You've got 80 plus rating. Now it's 80 plus white rated, but in some of the testing I've seen online from Johnny Guru and people like that, they've actually put it much closer and indeed hitting the bronze certification for most of the loads. Unfortunately, on some tests it did come a little bit lower, hence why it gets the white rating, but still a very good power supply and pretty good ratings. If the ratings aren't good enough, it's also backed up by a 3-year warranty with Riotoro. So it's not one of these cheap, nasty power supplies which is likely to set fire as soon as you plug it in with like a horrible 1-year warranty. They've got a little bit of faith in their product, so you've got a 3-year warranty with it. So that's pretty much most of the features. The only real notable feature is it's got a quiet 120mm fan built in, so it's not going to be one of these power supplies that ramps up to some crazy kind of noise levels, which is a good thing. So let's take it out of the box and see what we get. So first of all, we're greeted with a little welcome pamphlet from Riotoro, and let's see what's in here. Oh, get a 10% off voucher for your next purchase from Riotoro. That's pretty cool. Get some Riotoro stickers, if that's your thing. So that's enough of that. Get a UK power plug, which is a nice thing to see, because quite often you get these power supplies, depending on where they come from and who's manufactured them, quite often you get a EU or a US cable, so that's a nice thing to see. Get a little bag of screws, and that is pretty much it, apart from the actual power supply itself. Okay, so the first thing I can notice straight away is it's finished in a really nice kind of satin matte black finish, and it's also got all the decals on the side for the Riotoro logo, etc., which look like they are, yeah, they're going to be relatively easy to peel off. So if you don't like that kind of thing in your rig, then you can quite easily take those off. It's not a problem. They're not stamped into it or kind of bonded to the metal. On the top, you've got all the ratings, etc., which we'll go into a little bit later. So that is pretty much it. You've got a nice ventilation grill on the back, so again, it's not going to be choked off in any way, shape or form. Looking pretty good so far. Now let's have a look at the cables, and the cables are again the kind of usual Riotoro standard, where you've got that kind of black licorice kind of lace look to it, and also all the cables are black, so no horrible ketchup and mustard going on here. So if you've got a nice build with a tempered glass side window and you've got your power supply cabling on show, then it's not going to stick out like a sore thumb, which is great. So again, nice cabling, also braided for the main 24-pin connector. And actually, this is quite a new thing. Well, I say a new thing, a nice thing to see. The 24-pin connector is a 24-pin connector. It's not a 20+4, where bits snap off, and when you try and plug it in, 20-pin goes in and the 4-pin flies off in the other direction. It is a single molded 24-pin connection, which is the way things should be. Okay, so that's the first one. So what else have we got here? So we have a PCIe Express connection. We've got 2 times 8-pin, which are convertible between the 6 and 8, which they fit together quite nicely, quite snugly, so they're not going to go splitting off in all directions. But again, flexible, so you can choose whether you need a 6, an 8, a 6 and an 8, or 2 8s. It's all there. And it's actually quite a long cable as well, so it should reach most graphics cards. So the next cable we've got is a SATA connector. So you've got 3 SATA connectors on there, and again, quite a longish cable. Now if you want the full technical specs of the cables and all the lengths, etc., you can go to riotoro.com. I'll put the links in the description so you can check it out and get the exact measurements. So next one up is your EPS connector or your CPU power connector. Again, there's a 4-pin and 8-pin with a split, so you can just join that together depending on which setup you've got. Most PCs generally these days tend to be 8-pin. It would be nice to start seeing those being one single molded connection, but I guess there are some older legacy PCs that just need the 4, so I suppose it gives you a bit of flexibility. Again, quite a long cable as well, so if you've got the power supply mounted in the base of your PC and your motherboard is at the top, so it shouldn't have any problems whatsoever reaching around to the top of the motherboard. So as you can see, that's probably, I wouldn't even hazard a guess there, it's probably about 20 inches or so, maybe a bit more. Again, if you want the exact technical specs, check out Riotoro.com and you can find the information there. So next up we have another SATA connection. So again, there's another 3 connectors on there, so that's 6 SATAs in total. And see, I think that one's probably going to be, yeah, that's exactly the same length. So plenty of length there should you need it. Now the last one is one you probably don't want to see, but in some cases, no pun intended, it is actually necessary. You find a lot of RGB connections these days, especially in actually Riotoro cases to some extent, and for some case fans, they still insist on using Molex. So it'd be nice to say goodbye to Molex altogether, but they're there and you've got 3 of them should you need it. Again, on a relatively long cable. So that is pretty much it. That was just a quick unboxing and overview of the connectors on the Riotoro Beginners Edition 600 watt power supply. I've been Mike, this is Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To. If you need any more information on this, again, Riotoro.com or check out the links in the description. And we will catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching.